Hello comrades, welcome back to Commander Brito-Ruskie-Ski, and today we are going to be reacting to real life lore. That time Kazakhstan was the USSR for 4 days. Now comrades, this is going to be very interesting. Now I knew Kazakhstan was the last to leave the Union, but I didn't know it was 4 days. I thought it was like someone left and then Kazakhstan left like a day later, maybe comrades, a couple hours. So this should be very interesting. Let's begin the reaction. Before we begin, check out the original video comrades and make sure to subscribe. We're so close to 600 subscribers. Good shit, good shit. Good shit. Okay comrades, I'm very excited to begin this shit. Real life lore makes really good videos. Let me just close my window. Okay comrades, let's begin in 3, 2, 1.
This video is made possible by Curiosity Stream.
I don't give a shit. Comrades, sponsorships, you know me comrades, I don't give a shit comrades. The only sponsorships I would take comrades would be to benefit our community comrades. So yes, kind of bullshit.
Earth here, where 456 nuclear bombs were detonated.
Oh yes, Kazakhstan was just Kazakhstan was a little bitch of the USSR comrades. Sorry Kazakhstan, but yes, you just got every single nuclear bomb thrown at you.
City in the 90s because they just didn't like the
shit.
old one. But none of those strange facts are what this video is all about. This video is about how Kazakhstan, a large country in land, but with a small population of only 16 million people, briefly became the entire legal Soviet Union. Here's how this happened.
So legally, comrades, this is true shit.
From the inside. It really began back in the 1980s, but some have said that it really all began in 1922, back when the
Comrades, come on comrades, this is purely anti-Soviet comrades. This is some capitalist bullshit. I don't know comrades. Come on, the USSR was not doomed to fail. At least I don't think so comrades. 69 years. That's a funny amount of time.
USSR was first created. You see, the Soviet Union was
15 SSRs
as a voluntary union of various different republics that were each united under a central government in Moscow. As a federation, each of the various Soviet republics technically retained the right to secede from the USSR.
But let's be 100% serious, that was not true. You can leave, but you're going to have to fight the entire Soviet military, comrades. You know, you win some, you lose some.
All of the Soviet Union's history, this technical right was totally meaningless because the central government in Moscow wouldn't ever allow it.
Yes, the Warsaw Pact, comrades, I made a video about the Warsaw Pact. You can check that shit out. Warsaw Pact, comrades, it could have been so great, but it turned out quite shit.
Forced upon them and were effectively Soviet satellite states with
very true.
Independence.
Comrades, USSR was always first to satellites.
Compulsory because the Soviet army would always respond to any moves of independence from any of the governments, like they did against Hungary in 1956 and
I remember that. If you want a video about Hungarian Revolution, comment below.
In Eastern Europe and Central Asia was kept together by force from the central government. But all of that
comrades, very forcible. You do not want to mess with Russia. Gorbachev.
Of the Communist Party. He quickly began introducing his new policies of glasnost and perestroika into Soviet society. The Soviet economy was lagging significantly behind the West, and Gorbachev initially believed that these policies would help revitalize the Soviet Union moving ahead into the 21st century. Instead,
but sadly we didn't make it. Comrades, we were 9 years. That's how close we were, comrades. If in 9 years we could have made it. But sadly we never did.
Mass censorship was reduced, freedom of speech was tremendously extended. Liberal economic reforms were initiated with private individuals being able to...
But at what cost, comrades? Ending the USSR?
For this story, he refused to use the Soviet military anymore to force countries and republics to remain as members of the system. The 15 Soviet republics by this point and the 6 other members...
So everyone wanted independence, comrades. Pussy holes. Especially Ukraine.
The following year, in 1986, didn't really help things very much either. After spewing a massive...
Exactly, comrades. Fuck Ukraine. You know.
Trust in the Soviet central government was at an all-time high. By 1988, Gorbachev was already losing control over 2 geographic areas in the Soviet Union, the Caucasus and the Baltics. The Armenian and
comrades, the two most, the outstanding areas, comrades, they always wanted to be independent.
Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia were utilizing their newfound freedoms to demand independence, asserting that their absorption into the Soviet Union back in 1940 after being invaded was illegal and forced upon them.
Okay, comrade, let's be honest. It was illegal. But it happened about, what was it, 60 years before these, comrades? So let's be honest. If they were part of the USSR for like 50 years, comrades, it's not a big deal. Okay? Just fucking handle it. Also, real life fucked up the flags. Lithuania and Latvia are wrong.
And critically, on the 16th of November 1988, Estonia declared full sovereignty within the Soviet Union. Which meant that their own laws
Oh yes, the singing revolution, comrades. It's actually quite badass, I will be honest.
Moscow, effectively giving themselves full 100% autonomy.
See, I don't like Estonia, you know, I don't like how they left the USSR, but I got to agree, singing revolution, that's quite good
Previous
shit.
Soviet rulers, this probably would have been crushed by the Red Army almost immediately. But Gorbachev was just kind of meh about it.
Oh.
In November, the Soviets
I don't give a shit about Estonia, fuck you! Fair enough, Gorbachev, fair enough.
Broadcasts in Moscow and state censorship effectively became impossible. By July, Lithuania and Latvia had joined with Estonia.
Why do you keep fucking it up, comrade?
In declaring their sovereignties. In June, the anti-Soviet Solidarity Party won an overwhelming...
Oh yes, Solidarność, comrades, I know this, I know this. I know a tad bit about Polish politics, comrades, and it is, oh, not pretty.
Dismantle their border wall fence with Austria, opening up the first hole in the Iron Curtain in decades.
Oh yes, and everyone was moving to Hungary.
Hardline Stalinist regime. Their citizens were not allowed to visit the West, but they could travel freely to other Soviet bloc countries like, say, a certain country called Hungary that just dismantled their...
Oh yes, comrades, I cannot move to Germany, so let's move to Hungary and to Germany.
And immediately fled into Austria and towards West Germany.
So sad, all these people leaving the glorious East, comrades.
Gorbachev critically again refused. In August, 2 million Baltic people...
It's like he wanted to destroy the Union, comrades, come on.
A massive human chain along the border with the rest of the Soviet Union, advocating for full independence. As the civil war and ethnic violence escalated even further in the Caucasus...
Oh shit, Azerbaijan and Armenia. But now, comrades, look at Armenia and Azerbaijan. Now it's just constant war, comrades. So, is it better?
In September, East Germany was facing increasing pressure from its own citizens for democratic reforms.
Ooh.
Their Stalinist leader, Erich Honecker,
Look at him, comrades. Look, I agree, you know, comrades, as a communist even have to say, look, he is ugly as fuck, comrades. Bullshit.
To enact any reforms. He begged Gorbachev to use the Red Army to crush East Germany's opposition, like what they had done in Czechoslovakia and Hungary in the past. But
No.
Gorbachev continued to refuse. Instead, Honecker was forced to resign in October. And on the 9th of November, following a very confusing media broadcast, crowds of East Germans flocked
Oh
to the
shit,
Berlin
oh
Wall
yes,
and
the fall of the Berlin Wall.
tearing it all down. The East
So,
German
guys, I know a lot of
regime
this shit, I'll be
collapsed, and
honest.
Within a year, Germany would be reunited again.
I want to hear about Kazakhstan, comrades. I know a lot about the fall of the USSR, comrades. Obviously, I am, you know, communist. But like, come on, comrades, tell me about
Germany and
Kazakhstan.
the Soviet Union coexisted together on world maps for the first and only time since World War II. And in
Oh,
December of
that's kind of
1989,
interesting.
Romania descended into a violent revolution, also withdrew from the Warsaw Pact, and executed their longtime communist dictator.
Yeah, Romania, comrades, they were all over the place. They were like,
The Soviet Union held their first ever relatively free elections in each of the 15 republics, with the Communist Party losing in 6 of them. None of the republics which had declared their sovereignties were paying any taxes to the central government, which caused the economy...
Comrades, no taxes, no money, comrades. USSR is sad.
Lithuania became the first of the 15 Soviet
That is
republics
not Lithuania.
to announce their secession from the USSR.
I am very much
This went
disappointed,
unrecognized by
comrades.
Moscow, but 2 months later, Latvia and Estonia followed suit and announced their own...
Also, you put the Ukrainian flag, comrades. What is this video? Why have you gotten all the flags messed up? You got the Baltics, Ukraine, comrades, Romania. You should be embarrassed to be called Ukraine.
As well.
I'd be embarrassed if I was
Their
Romanian.
May. And in February of 1991, the remaining members of the Warsaw Pact met in Hungary and decided that their club had no more reason to exist and officially disbanded.
No more
A
club.
year after all 3 Baltic
Funny
republics
club.
seceded, Georgia became the next republic to officially secede in April of 1991. And finally in June...
Comrades, let's see when Ukraine leaves, comrades, let's see.
...won the historic presidency of the Russian Soviet Republic and promptly declared Russian sovereignty from the main Soviet government.
That's so weird. So you're telling me, comrades, that Belarus, Ukraine, and all the stands were one country without Russia? And Azerbaijan.
Struggling against Gorbachev in a sovereignty battle with the Soviet government.
Yeltsin was such a weird
By August,
president.
Gorbachev had a plan to save the Soviet Union. He wanted to reform the country into a new decentralized federation called the Union of Soviet Sovereign Republics, thus maintaining the USSR acronym. All of the remaining republics except for Ukraine had agreed on the treaty by this point.
Because Ukraine are pussy-olds.
While Kazakhstan strongly supported it. The
Whoa.
Russian Soviet Republic was all
Good
set
job,
to sign the treaty
Kazakhstan.
on the 20th of August, but a group of Communist Party hardliners launched a coup the day before on the 19th.
Oh, yes.
To take the country over from Gorbachev.
Gorbachev was
who they
kidnapped.
believed was actively destroying the whole Soviet Union.
He was.
Put Gorbachev
It's
under
true.
house arrest, attempted to arrest Boris Yeltsin, and suspended all political activity.
Arrest everyone, comrades. Put everyone in gulag.
In Moscow, and the coup support quickly evaporated. Rather than saving the Soviet Union, the coup radically destabilized the entire country and accelerated its destruction even further. Just 2 days after the coup fell apart, Ukraine seceded from the Soviet Union, amid fears that another coup would have undermined their freedoms. 3 days later, Moldova seceded. 4 days after that, Uzbekistan and Kyrgyzstan seceded on the same day.
So once again, Tajikistan was a little exclave, comrade, by itself,
9 days from then,
like
Uzbekistan
Kaliningrad.
left. 12 more days,
okay,
Armenia
never mind.
finally left, and about a month after that, Azerbaijan left.
So it was months, comrades. So the USSR was just half existing for months. You know, when you hear of the dissolution of the USSR, you normally expect it to be like one day, then maybe like 2 days later, then like a week later, then 3 days later. But no, comrades, it was months, comrades. That's really interesting. So for like a month, comrades, the USSR was just Belarus, Russia, Kazakhstan and Turkmenistan for a couple months. That's
Well, at the end of October, it was Turkmenistan who seceded, and by November of 1991, it was only Russia, Belarus, and Kazakhstan left. On the 10th of December,
They could have been a
Belarus
strong
seceded,
country.
And on the 12th, it was Russia itself who seceded, which left Kazakhstan as the sole and final
Whoa.
remaining member of the Soviet Union. It was all Russia's idea to start this whole operation, but it was Kazakhstan who was going to finish it.
Comrades, salute to Kazakhstan.
So for the next 4 entire days, between the 12th and 16th of December 1991, world maps would have shown Kazakhstan as being the entire Soviet Union, with
Are there any world maps that show that, comrades? I wonder if there's any world maps.
is pretty amusing. But all weird things must eventually come to an end. And so, finally, after 4 days, Kazakhstan as well seceded.
Kazakhstan should have just rocked it, comrades. They're like, yes, with the USSR.
Continued to exist as a legal entity with no territory for 10 more days until the Soviet of the Republics voted it out of existence on the 26th of December 1991, officially dissolving the Soviet Union once and for all.
But yes, comrades, that was actually a very interesting video. I like it a lot, comrades. Your life floor always makes good videos. So Kazakhstan was so comrades. That actually gave me a lot of perspective, comrades. I don't know why, but whenever I watch history videos, I don't know if they mention that, comrades. I always thought it was just like a couple of days between each independence, but I guess it was months, comrades. That does make a bit more sense, but it's weird. So people in the USSR were living while being split up. That's really that's so weird, in my opinion. But yes, comrades, leave a like, subscribe, comrades. Make sure to let communism strike again.